Good afternoon. So let me start the today's session. So today what I would do is I would just recap few of the important concepts really needed for your internal assessment. So those things I would like to cover up in the next this session and next session, so that at least you have a confidence in writing the internals. All right. So a few of the important questions I'm going to discuss today. Those who are really attentive, please be attentive to the class, right? So few of the concepts that we are going to really see into the questions are, what is an operator? So what are the various types? You have to define ternary operator with an example. So what is an operator? So usually you have relational arithmetic operator. So many operators are there. This is from the first module. The questions are being divided from chapter 1 questions, 3 questions, chapter 2 3 questions, or options will be there. Similarly, from chapter 3 one question will be there, right? So the syllabus what you have. So the syllabus in the module 3, you have chapter 3 and chapter 4. From chapter 3, one question will be there. Chapter 4, few of the part of the things, as I shown last in the Google Classroom, red mark things are not there. Okay, red mark things are there actually. Okay, I have shared that in the Google Classroom. Okay. So this is the model 2 question bank I have just forwarded. Only red things is there for internal, because these things it is sorting and searching two-dimensional. I have not yet started. Why I have not started? Because at least you get the grip into this. So these I have forwarded into the Google Classroom, these questions, right? Only this must from chapter 4, chapter 3 you can refer. And programs, what all the programs what I did in the class, that are all there. Okay. So module 1 also same thing, I have forwarded the questions previously. Now let me come to the major concept. So a few of the programs that I had not discussed. This was the program I discussed. Write a program to read 3 integer and display their sum and average. So this is an important program. Okay, this is an important program. You need to go through this program. So all right. So this program I had explained once. So let me explain one more program. So this program you could expect, write a C program to read 3 integers and display their sum and average. To display their sum and average. Similarly, to find the factor of a number, write a program to find the factorial of a given number using while loop. So you can easily, if you write in while loop, you can write it for a for loop. So let me see how you could be able to trace this program. For example, if factorial 5 you need to calculate till 5, 1 into 4, 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So this is a factorial program. So how do you calculate factorial using while loop? So initially you need to take for which number you need to find the factorial. So one more is indexing I, and you need to calculate the final value into f. So initially factorial of 1 is 1. What is the factorial of 0? Even the factorial of 0 is 1. Mathematically, the factorial of f of 0 is always 1. F of 1 is always 1. Similarly, if you say factorial of 2, factorial of 2 is 1 into 2, it is 2. Again, factorial of 3, it is 1 into 2 into 3, that is 6. It is 6. Similarly, f of 4, f of 4, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. You have to stop at 4. So in the same way, how do you write this program? So first what you have to do, enter the number for which you want to find the factorial. Imagine you have entered 5 or 4. Imagine, let us iterate for 4. So when you enter 4, to the memory of n, 4 will be stored. So now I need to calculate 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. We have to multiply how many number of times? 4 times I have to multiply. I have to multiply 4 times. This is an important program. That's why I'm explaining. So last Saturday session, I didn't explain. Find the C program, write a C program to find the factorial of a number using while loop. For which number you want to find? It is a 4 number. So 4 has been entered into the memory of hind n. Now I'll take an index I, and I'll initialize the store value where the answer should be stored in the variable called f. So f is always initialized to 1 because it is a minimum value. What is the minimum value? Minimum value factorial of 0 is also 1. So minimum answer you should get at most we should get 1. So this is the concept. Next, what is f equals to 1? Initialize f equals to I equals to 1. This is over. Then enter the number to find the factorial. So I entered 4 here, while I equals to 1 because we need to start from 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, no? So 1 into 2, so I need to start anything if it is a 4 also. So I need to start with minimum number. If final answer should be minimally, it should be 1. So what we need to do is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. Fine. So this is a way how we write the number. Fine. While 1 less than or equals to 4, yes, it is less than equals to 4, the first for loop. So you need to calculate the value of f star equals to I. This could be written equals f equals to f star I. This is one of the way of writing C program, one of the level at the advanced level. So that is f star equals to I. The meaning of f star equals to I is f equals to f star I. Even you could write like this also, doesn't matter. You could write like this also. Clear? You could write f star I like this also. Then what you do, increment it. What is the now new value of f? F value will be 1 into 1 is 1. So first iteration of the while loop. Again, while loop, when it will come out of the while loop, until and unless the condition, this condition is failed. Whether what is the incremental value? I plus plus. I is incremented. Now before at the enter, I equals to 2, equals to 2, 2 less than equals to 4. So 2 less than or equals to 4, right? So calculate fact f equals to the previous value of f is 1, that is calculated value, it was 1. So 1 into 2, new value of calculated. Again I is incremented, I equals to 3. Again I is incremented, 3 less than or equals to 4. Yes, 3 less than equals to third iteration of the for loop. F equals to 1 into 2 into 3. So already this value is there in the memory. Okay. So I is incremented equals to 4. Again, final value. Just I'll erase this data. Fourth iteration. So what you do is in the fourth iteration, while 4 less than or equals to 4, yes, 4 is less than or equals to 4. So what you are going to do, again you are going to multiply the recent value. What is the recent value? 1 into 2 into 3 already there in the memory, right? So 1 into 2 into 3 is already there in the memory. You multiply 4 to it, right? Then I is incremented. I instead of 4, it becomes 5. Okay, clear? Next, you have the final answer 1 into 2 into 3. But have you come out of the for while loop? For one more iteration it will go, but it will not enter the while loop. That is 5. Is 5, that is I less than equals to 4. Is 5 less than equals to 4? Condition fails. So it will not enter the while loop. It will not enter the while loop. By that time, what you have the recent memory of f is into 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. So that will be displayed. This is all about the tracing of a factorial. The way I explained, because even you have done this program when you have studied C programming your previous semester, that is in second or first sem, but that time maybe you have studied same program. Yes, that is using while loop. Even for converting it into for loop is also very easy. How do you convert? Simply by using writing for loop. That is over here, you can write simply the increment value for I equals to 1. Okay, for, so I initialize, instead of I was initialized here, no, instead of here you should initialize here only. I equals to 1, you should take int I only. Int I equals to 1, I less than or equals to n. So instead of writing at the end I plus plus, so just simply replacing this in the for loop, just f equals to f star I, f star this program will also will work for loop. Finally, when you come out of the loop, so you have to print the recent value of f. What is the recent value of f? So that is being print factorial of percentage d is percentage. This percentage d belongs to n. Percent is 4 is f. What is 1 into 2 into 3? So, right, 28 is a answer. So you should be able to write this program if being asked, write a factorial of a number using while loop or for loop. So other questions so are, so find the factorial is over. What is ternary operator? Explain in the example. What is an operator? So what is an operator? So there are many types of operators: arithmetic operator, relational operator, right? So if you would see the kind of operators we have here. So here we have what all the operators. So that is arithmetic operator, relational operator, all those things are there. You just have to see this is operator. What are operators? So we have operators, operands and expressions, but since it is being asked operator, we have arithmetic operator, bitwise increment, relational assignment, all those things listed, and just explain what is arithmetic operator. So in simple language, it may be asked for 10 marks. You should be able to write this. Okay. So, and what are the various types? List it. And what define ternary operator? Explain the example for a ternary operator. So last one of the class I explained what is ternary operator. Ternary operator syntax of the ternary operator is being given always, right? How it is being written? It is being written as first condition. You have to write condition followed with a question mark. If this condition is satisfied, what is the return value? Separated by the colon. This condition is satisfied, separated by colon. So you have to write the syntax condition followed by the question mark followed by the return value 1, return value 2, return 1 and return 2. So same thing. So program, if they ask, you should be able to find the largest number of the three numbers by using ternary operator. Means you should write using ternary operator, or else you should be able to write it by using any of the if conditions and all. So that is being, so I'll provide this into the Google Classroom. I'm not yet uploaded, so I'll upload this also. Few of the other questions such as ternary operator, you should be able to explain. Today I'll just cover up the first module questions, important questions. Operator, you should be able to write. Ternary operator, you should be able to write the ternary operator. Factorial of a number using while loop. Then one more question called what is a pointer? Explain declaration and initialization of a pointer. So what is a pointer? It is one of the data type. Okay, data. So it is a variable or that holds another variable, right? So let me go to the pointer declarations and initialization. So see this program, I may ask you this. I have explained. Find the largest of the three numbers. I have not asked you anything using ternary or else. You can use nested if else. So this also I had explained once, right? Write a C program to read three integers and display their sum and average. So this is also one of the important program. So this also I had explained it once to find the how do you calculate the average, and sum I just told you how do you write a sum, right? Sum equals to n1 plus n2 plus n1 plus n2 plus n3 whole divided by, so it is just a sum. So this gives the sum. So and you have to declare here one of the variable called sum. So this would be a simple program to find the average and sum. So what about the largest number? Largest number, even this I have shown you to find the largest, the algorithm with algorithm, and I explained on one of the Saturday's class. So you could use simply if condition. If a is greater than b, if a is greater than b and a is greater than c, so you have to write a is the largest number. Okay, fine. So if A is greater than B and conditional operator A is greater than C, you will write it as A is the largest number. If B is greater than A, B is compulsory. This way you can write it. So let me go to the one more question. What is a pointer? Okay, what is a pointer? Explain declaration initialization of a pointer. So what is a pointer? So we have the concept of pointer over here. So that is at the end of the first module. Just you could see what is a pointer structures, and at the end we have this is an important concept at the end. Okay, just see pointer, this you have to write. Pointer is a derived data type that stores the address in as its value. So that is pointer points to a memory of another variable. This is an address, so this is a variable. So this is called a pointer. This is called a pointer. Pointer points the memory location of another memory location. So this is a memory location address. Here we have a value. So this is a pointer. So here is a logical representation of a pointer. Okay. Right. So how do you use the declaration of a pointer? So you could see here the declaration of a pointer here. So always the declaration of a pointer is being done with the star mark. The operator star initialized with the help of a AND operator. See, it is being initialized with the AND operator. The pointer is being determined with star PTR, and it is being initialized means how it is being initialized to a PTR, the memory by memory of IND num, that is address of IND num. If this is a num, so address of num is 1011. So what is there in 1012? Some variable called, so this is a variable called num. You store 2 into it. So address of num is being stored. So this is a way how do you use AND operator to initialize, and you declare by use declare means you have a variable called PTR. So PTR is of type pointer, that is star PTR. So this is called declaration. Initialization is you store something into that. Now you have declared PTR. To this PTR you want to store something. How do you store? By using assign operator. So what will assign? You always you assign some address of it. That is AND of num. So this is a way how do you write initialization and declaration of pointer. So the question could be declare initialize pointer with an example. Okay. So with an example, so you could give one of the example. Let us see the example. What example you could give? Okay. See, here is an example. So same example you could represent. Example is needed. Remember, int a. So making star pattern. This is a declaration of a pointer. So once you declare, you want to store some memory, that is address of IND a IND is stored into a variable called PTR, to the pointer variable. So you have 50 into a variable called A, but what is the address of A? Address of A is something different. So that is being printed over here. Now you could see the output here, all of you. So see, address of A is 65524. In 65524, in the address of 65524, so you have a value called 50. What is that? It is a variable called A. And A is nothing but address of A is this. What is A? A is this. What is PTR? So PTR is this, holding the address of INDA. So this is what is being represented. So PTR holds the address of A. So now you print the value, that is PTR and PTR. So PTR simply prints the address, and PTR, see, star PTR means the value. Similarly, address of PTR means address. Simply if you print ptr also, it will print the same. So this is one of the example you can explain in the test or in the examination, explain the pointer declarations, and this one with an example. So this could be an important uh, question for you. Okay, with examples. Okay, with example. So I hope to a certain extent, just having a recap of the things that is being needed. So in the first module, a few questions such as what is an operator, define ternary operator, find the program to find the factorial of a number, what are C pointers, explain the declaration with example. Okay, you need to write an example. Okay, next you have to find a C program to find largest of three numbers, right? So find the sum and average of a number. That could be also one of the important questions. So coming to the second module, so I'll discuss these things in the next session. So I'll just forward you the document wherein you can go through few of the questions. As I already have forwarded a few of the questions last yesterday. You could go with that and study a simple question such as asymptotic notation is important question. What is asymptotic notation, and how do you represent the asymptotic notation? Three notations, right? Then you have other questions such as you can list the characteristics of an algorithm, like different types of data structures. You what are the different types of data structures? That is a linked list. So that is maybe asked for a 10 marks, right? Then what are the typical operations associated with an array, that insertion, deletion? So explain. So you just have to explain what is an array, what are the different types of an array, that you can explain. Then definitely one of the algorithm I will ask you, algorithm for deleting an element at the index location of an array. So even that question is also important. Today, as of now, I'll stop today. Maybe I'll take the session next Friday to cover up the important questions, few of the questions, or else I'll just forward you the important questions that are really important. You can go through for both for external point of view and internal point of view into the group. So just go through and you could write it. Okay. So just to give the attendance, those who are not given the attendance in the chat session. If you have any doubts, you can chat, or else you can put the attendance. And one more thing, many people have not submitted into the Google Classroom your assignments. I just wanted to show you, few people have not attended. I don't know. So I need a reason, or else it is mandatory for you to submit the assignment that is being counted at the est. I request you, those who have not submitted, please submit it at the earliest. Only 4 to 5 members have submitted. Rest of the members have not submitted. I just asked you a very simple question. So this is an assignment on module 1 theory. So no one has submitted. I request you to submit the assignments. See, no one has submitted. I could see many names. Those have not submitted. I please request you to submit it at the earliest. Okay. So if any have any sort of doubts, you could discuss. Any problem in finding the material or finding the answer, or any regarding a tracing of any one of the program that is being needed, I can help you out. And I may ask you the pyramid program also in the module 2. Module 2 pyramid program, asymptotic notation, types of data structures, and what are the operations that could be performed with an array, and what is an array, what are the types, and write an algorithm for deleting uh, element from an array. Last class what I did yesterday. If you have any doubts, you could communicate, or else you can speak up, no issues. So I have given the provision to allow the participants to unmute. Request, or else let me stop the sessions today if you don't have a doubt. So those who have not given the attendance can give the attendance in that chat sessions, others can leave the session.